actually, I had COVID. I can't hear out of this ear yet.
So it's perfect that we sit exactly this way so you don't have to listen to all of the shit I'm saying.
The OnlyFans isn't working out. Chris is moving on to the foot fetish. Yeah. Selling used socks after the gym. Shoes.
You give him shoes?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Everything for my fans.
Chris, there's certain things you can't talk about, right? Edit. This is going to be edited.
And it actually looks good.
Fuck off.
So you being that enfant terrible, like this person that's like, hey Chris, really love the Donald Trump look. Hope it helps with the real estate.
Welcome back to podcast We Don't Know Anymore. So, hi Chris, how you doing?
I am very well. How are you doing, Dan?
Well, actually, I had COVID. We actually haven't made a podcast for a couple of weeks because I had COVID, actual real COVID.
Because you pulled a sickie.
No, I genuinely, you might hear from my voice, it's a little bit, not there, kind of sexy. And I can't hear out of this ear yet.
So it's perfect that we sit exactly this way so you don't have to listen to all of the shit I'm saying.
Exactly that. It's like just playing chat. So no, I was really sick. I was like for a week, like 3 days, I couldn't get out of bed. Had just felt terrible. I mean, it was awful, and lost my hearing, taste, smell, and my voice. First, I loved it. I couldn't talk for like days. I was like, so it was quite funny. So yeah. So anyway, we're back, and this would have been podcast number 6.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to unforeseen technical mistakes, I didn't record 2 of the podcasts. I thought I did, but apparently, user error, I didn't press record or stop or something.
So, like, if you're actually able to witness this podcast, this one actually worked out. So
yeah.
However, like maybe at some point in 20 years we're gonna release the audios of those 2 podcasts.
Yeah, we have the audios of it. If you're interested, we'll send you the audios.
Will be part of our collection.
Exactly.
Bonus tracks.
The bonus to the B-side.
So there's also gonna be used socks of mine in the box.
Used socks?
Yeah, just for all of the foot fetishists out there.
I was going to say, this is the OnlyFans isn't working out. Chris is moving on to the foot fetish. Yeah. Selling used socks after the gym. Yeah. It is after the gym, right?
Of course. Yeah. Not trying to be cheap, Everything for my fans.
So what's been going on? Because I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
Well,
I didn't come to visit.
I also came up with the same excuse to skip one episode being sick last week.
True.
So
you were
yeah,
sick as well. Yeah.
So we kind of took turns, and next time we just gotta align when to be sick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what's been going on? Anything new? No,
not much. Same old.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. No. So
the news is there is no news.
There's no news. So my sister arrives tomorrow, which I'm excited about. I haven't actually seen her in 2 years. So she's coming over, and what I am excited is, being in Dubai for so long now, that you kind of done all the things and you just kind of live your life like normal, right? But now that she's coming, we're going to go skiing. Hopefully you're coming as well. We're going to Fujairah to go snorkeling. We're going to go have dinner on the Palm. We're going to do all these fun things that we don't do anymore because, well, we live here. So I'm actually really, really excited to kind of, it's a bit of a holiday for me as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then you also get to really appreciate it way more. I think when people are here visiting, and they like it, you recognize how nice it actually is to live here and all of the things you can do. Because let's be realistic, how many times in a normal week are you going to be in the mall skiing? Probably not.
Never. It doesn't happen. And I think that's it. Dubai is so cool. There are so many things to do here, and I totally forget about it all the time. We don't experience it as much as we should. But having said that, one of my favorite things is going snorkeling in Fujairah. That's going to be really nice. If you haven't done
Snoopy Island?
Snoopy Island is awesome.
Yeah, just for the explanation. So that's an island that looks exactly like Snoopy, lying on the water.
Exactly that. And it really does.
It is actually,
yeah. So you go over there, there's a place called, I think, Sandy Beach, and you can either stay the night or you can just pay to go to the beach club, which is what we're going to do, because it's only about an hour and a half drive from here. And They got great pizza, so we eat pizza on the beach and then go snorkeling and look at some turtles.
And that's one thing people don't even think about when they think about the UAE, because everybody just thinks about Abu Dhabi and Dubai. But actually, there's so much other stuff to do over here, and like that in entire other side of the country, so the other coast of Dubai, of the UAE. There's like it looks completely different in here because you actually have mountains on the seaside. So it rather looks like Greece or a place like that. And that's only 1.5 hours away from here. Then you have the mountains where you can hike, like in Hatta, for example. So there's much more to the UAE than just West Palm and McGettigans.
And exactly, McGettigans. But don't miss out on McGettigans, by the way, but then I love music. There's a place that someone else was telling me about, and it's near Fujairah, and it's got fossils. I think it's called Fossil Rock, actually. And you can go there, and there's literally fossils just laying around on the ground and stuff, and you can go hiking there. So I want to do that as well. So that's going to be fun. And also the star thing. Have you heard about the stargazing? So there's a point. You go to Al Qudra. In the desert. It's like a 20-minute drive, like literally into the middle of the desert, but there's no light pollution from anything. So you just like get a blanket out or whatever, and you lay on the sand, look up, and you can see everything. Like, it's supposed to be absolutely spectacular.
I've done that in Australia in the outback.
Oh, right.
Because there's like for thousands of kilometers, there's just nobody. And we were always just sleeping in the car. So like we could... we were not close to any kind of civilization when we were sleeping there. And it was crazy because it was like the amount of stars you can see on a normal day, like today with this smog probably. Yeah, exactly. If even. And it's a clear day, you know.
And that one's a
While there, it felt like you can see like everything, you know. And that was really spectacular.
Do you know, that was going to get really weird and deep, but it's mind-blowing to me how big the universe is. Like, mind-blowing. Like, I can't even get my head around it.
And it's kind of interesting that we think our lives are so important, while clearly we're just like a tiny molecule in something absolutely massive. But we think we're the only species who came up to like have like rational thoughts and all of this. So while probably we like in somebody's footnail in some civilization that's like I don't know, X times as big as us.
It could be. Who knows? Do you know? And it's the whole alien thing. Okay. Now, before we dive into it, I totally think that there has to be aliens out there. All right. And I know I've never seen an alien. I don't think like that. But like you say, how can the all-powerful whatever being made us or whatever? We are the only thing. There has to be more. And I just find that very interesting.
It is very interesting.
It's like, yeah. But anyway, back to our podcast about going skiing in Dubai. So
back to the slopes.
Yeah, back to the slopes. So I'll update you on that next week. Although you're going to come skiing with us, I think.
I'm going to come,
Yeah, but not for Jared. But yeah, we'll do that. So that's cool. What else is going on? Well, I've been sick, so I haven't really done anything. Just been sat at home the whole time. We had some friends of ours come and stay with us while I was sick. I got sick. They were staying with us for a month, so it was kind of weird. I was like quarantined to my room, which is a bit boring.
But like in general, now that you fit again, I was going to say something.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Like now you're trying to like overcompensate and change the hair color as well, right?
No, we don't. Chris, there's certain things you can't talk about, right? Okay, we can't talk about that. That's going to be edited. This is going to be edited. Fuck yeah, you can't talk about hair color. Listen, I'm super conscious about it, but we're not talking about it. Edit.
That's going to get out.
Thank you very much. So Baxter was sick. So, okay, actually our dog was sick.
Yeah.
Baxter was really sick. So Faisal and I have a dog called Baxter. You may have seen him. He's a Cavapoo. And the most amazing dog in the world. But the other night he got very sick, twice, 3 in the morning on 2 separate days. Midnight, 3 a.m., 8 a.m. It was just, we've changed rugs, sofas, pillowcases. It's just horrendous. So having a dog in Dubai is quite a challenge.
But what do you think, like, since you have him since September or something like that? So not since summer, but like, can you even let a dog out
Shoes.
in summer?
Shoes.
You give him shoes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're these special dog shoes.
Get that dog some new trainers.
You get like, the Nike. But no, seriously, they're these dog shoes, and they got little Velcro, and it's because it's so hot outside. Not the heat. I mean, the heat is hot, but the floor. Like if you put your hand on the floor,
Also gonna get a baseball hat.
yeah, baseball hat, rucksack, everything, and send him off to work. But yeah, we're gonna get him some shoes.
Portable propellers.
So yeah, but you're right. It's a bit of a challenge because it is. I mean, he's furry, he's fluffy. It's so hot. I cannot understand why people have huskies.
Yeah.
No, they're beautiful
because
dogs.
their fur is like really made for the winter.
Not
right?
here.
So,
Yeah, literally the opposite of this weather.
You gotta give that husky like a new summer cut.
Yeah, well, they apparently have three.
Maybe even change the hair color.
Chris, you can't talk about this, Chris. Fucking hell, enough. God. Okay, so obviously this isn't going to be cut now. Okay, so I have got quite a lot of grey hair. It happens not recently, and I decided I want to dye my hair because I don't want to have.
And it actually looks good.
Fuck off.
And the viewers are gonna put the thumbs up if
No,
you
they're
like.
not. Everyone's going to call me a
Black hair.
My hair is black. Anyway, it's moving on. So I'm getting very hot and bothered now. I don't even know what we're talking about now. We'll be sponsored by Just for Men if we can. Oh, fuck.
It was so funny. So I actually so my hair is naturally like
It's not blonde.
No,
is it?
exactly. It's like dark brown. So it's kind of same color as yours actually.
Mine's black, but okay.
So but when I changed the hair this time round, so they have to like first bleach it completely.
Yeah.
So
Have you had it done again?
Yeah, I did like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
And then they apply the color.
Yep.
But when he applied the color, which is supposed to be silver, it just came out completely blue. And he's like, "No, yeah. Like after 3 or 4 times washing, it will look normal." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
I don't want
because
to.
with a company, they were shooting a podcast with me. And I'm like, I cannot have blue hair. Like, and the guy's like, "Oh no, like just trust me on that one." And I was like, "Yeah, well, there's no other option now because it is blue, and I don't know how to change it any other way." It actually, like after 2 days, it was gone.
So okay, yeah, because I remember you had. So how many times you had it done now? Twice.
Twice, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You had it done again. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
No, it looks good. I'm getting used to it now. When you first had it done, it was like,
Fucking
wow.
idiot.
Well, no, it's like an older version of what's that guy from Harry Potter?
Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, that's I'm like, wow, he went for the Malfoy cut.
Actually, the first time when they dyed it, so they just bleached it and didn't put any color,
Right.
Because we didn't have enough time. So when I did it, it was on the night when my family was arriving from Germany, and I was like, let's just for a laugh get it done right now before I pick them up from the airport. And we didn't have enough time to apply the color, so they just bleached it.
Yeah.
But if you bleach black hair, it is gonna look yellow.
Right.
So for the first couple of days, I just had like fully yellow hair. And I was like, okay, let's update my WhatsApp profile picture. Like once I updated it, the amount of like I didn't even know people look at other people's WhatsApp pictures. So it was not people I'm constantly in touch with, but like random people be like commenting on my yellow hair. And I remember this one guy's like, "Hey Chris, really love the Donald Trump look. Hope it helps with the real estate."
That's hilarious.
So I looked a little bit like the Orange Man himself.
What's going on in America right now? Can we talk about this stuff, or we're
For
not?
sure we can. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen. I'll be first to say I'm not a Trump fan at all. But I think that certain things did need to change in America. Like it was all getting a bit crazy. But now all of a sudden it's gone like, what? You've got all the tariffs happening, like Canada basically banning all certain exports going to Canada. They're banning them, like alcohol, which is a huge deal. And then obviously the potential tariffs coming in from Canada and Mexico into America, which is just going to increase prices for Americans. I don't get it. I don't understand the aggressiveness of everything.
I sometimes wonder if he actually has like a grand plan behind everything, because sometimes it looks like this negotiation strategy where you set an anchor point and you set it like really far into your opponent's kind of opinion, and then you renegotiate towards the middle, but you're still gonna stay
Yeah.
like with more like more on your side in the end.
Yeah.
But then I sometimes feel like it's so random. So it's like such a confusing thing. I was thinking the other day, like if I just behave one day completely irrational, like how would people react to it, you know? But in this case, people are so used to this surprising notion of him saying like, oh yeah, let's get Greenland taken away from Denmark. And like people are not even fully like, at least me, when I see those things, I'm not fully surprised. I'm not like, oh wow, he wants to like steal another country. I'm like, oh no, like that's just like one of the things he says, you know.
Well, I think that's it, isn't it? I mean, he was obviously interned before, and that was a bit shocking.
Yeah.
But this time's like even more shocking. But you're right. We've kind of been like numbed to it a bit, and it's like, oh, okay, shit, that's just what it is.
But do you think once people get used to you being that enfant terrible, like this person that's like always just really like weird or like extravagant, people will let normal things slip
How many
way
friends
more?
do you have that are like that?
Personally,
None. That's the answer to that question. No, you don't. You just don't like that person. I think the thing is you know that you know he's in power. He's got to where he's got to. People, I mean, do people like him? I don't know. I mean, I'm like 54% of Americans like him. They voted for him.
not only if they like him, but like I think we sometimes overestimate like how short-sighted the memory of the human brain is, because they will have forgotten about that within a minute, you know.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks down the line, you already don't know anymore that he was trying to take a part of Denmark, you know.
Well, but I think that's the thing with certainly with what's going on with Trump, is that, you know, they've got a massive team of publicists fiddling around with the narrative of things, and, you know, posting stuff on social media and Twitter and everything else that kind of leads people's minds in a different direction. It's that whole like a magician, isn't it? You distract them over here and you do something over here, and I don't know, maybe there is a bigger plan. I kind of hope that there is, because if there isn't a bigger plan, like what the hell? And, you know, we'll see. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we live in the UAE. I feel very comfortable to be very safe over here living in the UAE.
It is, honestly, it's so nice to live here where politics is just not a thing, where like politics just means like the government does something to change something, and they usually have a good intention here. So it's like not like in any other country where there's controversial stuff to talk about. The fact that we talk about the US while we sat in a completely different desert. I mean, we're not in New Mexico, you know.
Exactly.
But like, there's always stuff to talk about in politics. While here, like, you just way more focused on your own life in a way.
Yeah.
Because of that, and you don't have to be upset, angry, or question things all of the time, which I actually really like.
Well, I think that's a good point, because it's, we don't live in a democracy. You know, this is a kingdom, and we stick by the rules, and the rules are fair, and the government is good. And yeah, of course, there's certain things that could do better. But when you think it's only really been rocking and rolling over here for the last like 30 years, I know, so it's only really got, so there's certain things that are still new. The banking system to a certain extent is new, as obviously I'm involved in mortgages and I see it every day. But it's just the things that don't work right just because they need to get a little bit tweaked.
And you can always see there's a good intention behind it, and they're trying to make it even better.
Yeah.
While in Germany, it's like, you see it doesn't work, and that's the situation.
Yeah, that's it.
Get used to it, you know.
and again, in America, you've got a president that comes in for 4 years, and all they care about is their 4 years. So, they'll put policies in place, they'll do things, tariffs, this, that, or the other, for their 4 years. Now, they're not actually thinking forward. They're just thinking about what they can do. And I think that's a shame, where here, it's not like that. I mean, we watched that podcast the other day where they've got plans all the way up to 2040 of what they're going to do to Dubai.
If you were the president of a country, like, how would you be?
Strict.
Yeah.
I would.
In which regards?
I would kind of be like Dubai. I think that the strictness over here makes sense.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. There are things, again, that don't work great over here or could do better, but overall, as a place to live, it's much better. I mean, it's much better. I mean, so obviously England has got its own problems at the moment, and I was talking to a very good friend of mine, and he just said, yeah, if I could move to Dubai, I could move my family out there, I would, 100%, because there's more opportunity. It's a safer place to live. To be honest, the biggest downside of living here is the heat. That's it.
Yeah.
It really, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, it's just, now we're just about, I mean, today was pretty hot, like 36, 37.
Today was fucking
So, yeah, it was, wasn't it? So we're just coming into the heat. When it starts pushing 40, then you're like, But that's the only real bad side. There's nothing that bad over here.
Yeah. And that strictness, honestly, is really like not something that's limiting your daily life, because the only thing you're not allowed to do is like being drunk on the street, take a piss in somebody's front yard, and have a fight in the nightclub.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to have any fights.
And all of those things are really absolute minor sacrifices.
That's it.
Compared to not having to worry about somebody else wanting to start a fight with you, somebody taking a piss in your front yard, or like somebody like being drunk and annoying on the street. So like,
I remember I'm on Facebook, a member of lots of groups, like expats in Dubai or whatever it is, and I remember one post from guys literally saying, I'd never even visit Dubai because I hear you get arrested if you just get into an argument or in a fight with someone. And I'm thinking, don't come. That's totally fine, mate. That's not what we're looking for here, or not what we're looking for. I don't run a country, but that's not what it's about. Dubai is one of the only places I actually would feel super comfortable. You go to a bar on your own, you go and have a drink there. If you want to have a drink, just relax, come home. There's no kind of stress. Yeah. It's very relaxed and very welcoming. So yeah, I think they've got it right over here. Yeah.
So you would be like Sheikh Mohammed as a president?
I think so. I think, listen, I don't know. I mean, there are things that I would love to see change over here. One is to do with traffic. I drive a lot, you drive a lot, and I think the only time that I actually start getting very upset is when I'm on the roads, because there's too many people that don't follow the rules. And I think that's it. If you set rules, people need to follow those rules, because the rules are set there not for a laugh. They're usually there to protect.
But I think with it driving, it's very complicated when you use a different set of rules. Yeah. And driving is something that becomes so automatic at some point that then if you have to change it, you really need to put a conscious effort, like to use a fucking indicator, for example. Yeah. People don't really do it. And for me, that's also something that really I need to stop being triggered by all of the time, because I feel that's a personal attack on me.
Yeah, me too.
If somebody pushes in without using the indicator, I'm like, wait a minute, the German finger, like.
But it's so annoying. I hate when someone pushes in. I hate. There's a few things.
Then the opposite scenario is where in Germany, if you cross like the some street and the traffic light says red for the pedestrians, and you cross anyways, you will be damn sure some German guy is gonna yell at you like, "Wow, why you do this? There's kids around. What are you doing?" Even though there's no kids, but they would scream.
Baxter is about to pee on the floor. Back. So yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's the thing. Traffic over here is the one thing I think that bothers me the most. And there's other little bits like apps. I love it when there's a new app released, and it's like, use this app to do this, and then it never works.
But that's everywhere. Honestly, I think in general, this whole obsession with applications has become way too much, because everywhere, every business is like, oh, we're just going to do an app so our customer can just do it on the app. But I don't want to have fucking 50 apps for the restaurant. Like, nobody downloads that shit, and then next time around you have already deleted it, so you have to download it again.
Oh, it needs an update or something, and then you haven't got
like the supermarket. Everybody has their stupid app. Do I look like I'm gonna install 50 different apps for every supermarket?
I have about 50 apps that I use for supermarkets. We have like one for Lulu, because we're building up our Lulu points.
Application.
We don't have that. We have Lulu, Carrefour, or the Share app, which is terrible, by the way. It's the worst one out of the lot. We've been shopping there for ages, and we spend up thousands upon thousands of dirham. We've got like 20 dirham. Like where you go to Lulu, and in Lulu you
like
get loads.
swiping beep, 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 every single time, and you think like, oh, this is gonna like get me such a big reward.
Do you know the best thing though? The best one, and it's Cafu, CAFU, the petrol one.
Yeah. So that's actually one thing.
That is an
for
amazing
everybody who's not in the UAE, and for many Europeans that even sounds absurd. So there is a company over here that comes to your house to fill up the tank of your car
and wash it if you want them to.
and wash it. So it's not like you hectically have to look for a petrol station in the morning.
Yeah.
They come around and fill up your tank.
I'm booking it after tonight. I'm going to book it so that it's got a full tank. So when I go to the airport tomorrow morning, the car's clean and ready to go.
Like, I think it's
so good.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you get loyalty points. So I think I've probably used it like, I'd say 20 times, and I get a full tank of fuel for that.
Would have
It's
been
really
great
good.
if I would have known that in my, I think, second week in Dubai, when I didn't have enough petrol, didn't know where the next petrol station is, did not recognize it was that far, and then ended up like engine just switching off in the middle
Really?
of a roundabout. Yeah.
Really?
That was an interesting experience.
I didn't know about that.
And some guy actually stopped,
Yeah.
went to the next petrol station, and got me the gas.
Oh,
It's like, I mean,
that's
so
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah.
And then I wanted to invite him for dinner, and he never replied.
Oh, it's turned into a different kind of story, isn't it?
Sounded like a beginning of a love story. Huh?
Yeah, a little meet cute there. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap this one up, and we're definitely going to make some more in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Please click the bio, click the link, make any comments you want to make, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
See you next time.
See you next time.